My college roommates and her friends would eat all of my food, so they ate brains. I was working at Target like 30 hours a week, while taking a full class load because my financial aid barely covered tuition. My roommate Becca didn't have a job. Her parents paid for everything, including her meal plan that she never used because she'd rather order Chipotle 3 times a day, or apparently just steal my food. I'd spend my one day off making chicken and rice or pasta or whatever I could afford in bulk, and store it in containers on my shelf in our dorm fridge. We had assigned shelves. Mine was the bottom one with my name on a piece of duct tape, but I'd get back from my closing shift at like 10:30 at night, exhausted and starving, and my containers would either be gone or scraped clean in the sink. The worst part is I'd walk in and catch them eating it. Becca and usually 2 or 3 of her friends from down the hall would be sitting on our futon with my food. One time, this girl Vanessa literally said, "Oh my god, this is so good, you should make more next time," while eating my chicken Alfredo that I'd planned to eat for 3 days. I told her to stop. I told all of them to stop. Becca would just laugh and say, "It's just food, don't be dramatic." I started labeling my containers with my name in Sharpie. Didn't matter. I tried hiding stuff in the back of the fridge behind old takeout containers. They'd find it. I even bought a mini fridge for our room, but Becca unplugged it one day because she said it was too loud while she was napping. I was losing weight because I literally couldn't afford to keep replacing the food they ate. I started eating granola bars for dinner some nights because I was too broke and too tired to keep cooking just to feed Becca's friends. My mom noticed over FaceTime and asked if I was okay, and I just started crying. She told me to come home that weekend, so I went to my parents' house and made the biggest batch of spaghetti I've ever made in my life. Like, I used their huge pasta pot and made enough to fill 6 containers. My mom helped me make the sauce from scratch with crushed tomatoes and garlic and a bunch of Italian seasoning. For the meat, I used half a pound of this really lean ground beef and half a pound of ground pork sausage. I mixed it really well so it had this weird grayish pink color and kind of a different texture than normal spaghetti meat. It looked a little strange, but it tasted fine. I brought it all back to the dorm Sunday night and loaded up my shelf. I even wrote "Do not touch" on every container, but I knew it wouldn't matter. I gave it 2 days max. Took 1 day. I got back from my shift Tuesday night around 10. I was in the hallway and could hear laughing from inside our room. I opened the door and there were 4 girls in our kitchen area. Becca and 3 of her hallmates, including Vanessa. One of the big containers was out on the counter already empty. Another one was being passed around and they were eating it straight out of the container with forks. Vanessa saw me first and goes, "Oh hey, this spaghetti is like really good. Like better than usual. What did you do different?" I didn't even hesitate. I put my backpack down and said, "Oh, that's a recipe from my grandpa's farm. We get the meat fresh from the butcher. It's head cheese." She stopped chewing. "What's head cheese?" "It's made from pig brains," I said, totally straight-faced. "You boil the whole pig head and then pick out all the brain meat and mix it into the spaghetti. My family does it all the time. It's super cheap and really good for you." The room went silent. Vanessa's face went white. She looked down at the fork in her hand and then at the container and then back at me. Her mouth opened a little and I could see half-chewed spaghetti on her tongue. Then she screamed, like actually screamed, and dropped the container on the floor. Spaghetti went everywhere. She ran to our tiny bathroom and I heard her throwing up, loud. The other 2 girls looked at each other and one of them goes, "Oh my god, I'm gonna be sick," and they both took off running out of our room. Becca just stood there staring at me. She hadn't eaten any because she was on her phone when I walked in. She goes, "Are you serious right now?" I shrugged. "You ate my food. That's what was in it." Vanessa came out of the bathroom wiping her mouth and crying, like actual tears. She looked at me and said, "You're insane," and left. I could hear her gagging in the hallway. Becca didn't talk to me the rest of the night. The next day I came back and all my spaghetti containers were in the trash outside our building. Someone had thrown them out. I didn't care. I went to the dining hall and used my last few meal swipes to get dinner.